the next leader of this organization. We're not sure where she's going to put this award. I know everybody that's a visionary tonight has a lot of awards. I could start citing awards she's gotten from magazines that are now out of business. But we'll start with a few of them. In 2001, she was one of the 6 women nationwide selected to receive the Women Elevating Science and Technology Award from Working Woman magazine. She was conferred with this Distinguished Alumni Award by the Indian Institute of Technology in Delhi. During her tenure as the CTO of Motorola, she was awarded the 2004 National Medal of Technology by President George Bush. In 2012, Forbes named her one of the world's 100 most powerful women. Business Insider called her one of the 25 most influential women in wireless. The list goes on. And the Wall Street Journal has called her one of the top 50 people to watch. In 2007, she was also awarded an honorary doctorate by New York University's Polytechnic University. In addition to the small job she has at Cisco, she serves on government initiatives. She's frequently at the Aspen Institute, helping us shape the future with our world's great thinkers. She received the United States Pan-Asian American Chamber of Commerce Excellence Award and the YMCA Metropolitan Chicago's Outstanding Women Achievement Award. She's also not shy. You probably don't know that she has 1.4 million Twitter followers. And this is probably the result of her sincerity and authenticity. She is a self-trained artist and does work in oil and canvas. And she's also often inspired by her world travelers, probably not last night's trip from Fort Lauderdale. And recently did a series called Dancers, in which she captured the dance styles and costumes from around the world. Now, not only does she paint, but she's a haiku poet, as I mentioned. So just this past Pi Day, she posted a haiku to Twitter to celebrate a day of mathematics. Only Padma would do that. You may wonder how she manages to fit this all in. She doesn't need to read Lean In 5 times to understand it. How she managed to close 15 acquisitions in 15 months. She claims she spends Saturdays technology-free. It's her detox day. We'll have to ask her husband if this is true later. And she spends that time totally with her family and friends and pursuing her artistic endeavors. It's really a great honor to give her this award tonight. It is great to find a woman who is a true warrior of innovation for all of us, and who is one of the most sincere and authentic people in all of Silicon Valley. Padma.
Thank you, Anne, and it's a great pleasure to be here. As Anne mentioned, I try to do many things. I'm not sure how good I am at any of those. I started my journey in technology. I'm an engineer by training from India. I grew up in a very small town in India, and I actually wanted to be an astronomer when I was growing up, and I had very bad asthma, and actually had to stay away from school for a couple of years because I was so sick all the time. So I think I kind of realized really young that I couldn't do that. So I started meddling with things and decided I wanted to do engineering. So when I was finishing up high school, I told my parents that I wanted to study engineering, and my dad was really thrilled. And he said, if you're going to do that, then you have to go to the best engineering school, which in India happens to be the IIT. It's very tough to get into. And my mom looked at me and said, why do you want to do engineering? You're so good at art. I was always painting and doing things that I like to do now. So I said, no, because I like to build things and know how things work. And she said, yeah, but you should be an interior designer. So I said, why? She said, but you can then change drapes. And our home was very small. It wasn't like this home. Maybe if it were a home like this, I would have decided my career would be changing drapes all day long. But instead, I convinced her that I really loved engineering, and then she supported me, and I went to IIT. And when I joined IIT, there were only 5 women. in a class of about 250 students. So it was a very, very small community, and we stuck together, and I think that early experience taught me that it's very important, especially in tech and engineering, for women to support each other and help each other and sponsor each other. And to this day, I take time out of my day to do that. I mentor a lot of women and give back to a community. In fact, my team from Cisco, some of the members are here, they keep telling me, I'm not going to say yes to every women speaking engagement because they have to take care of everything. But it's actually somewhat easy to be a visionary. I think the hard part is to execute. And I have to say the teams that I work with, Rob, he's here from my team. He's so very instrumental in closing a lot of the acquisitions that we just did. My team that's back there, they all help me to execute and make the vision a reality. And I feel a big part of being a visionary is actually to build a great team and hire people that can turn that vision into something that's concrete. And so that's part of what I do. I have 3 passions in life: technology, encouraging more women to do engineering, and art and poetry. And the third one is still emerging. It's an emerging technology. I'm teaching myself new mediums to work with. I used to sculpt, and unfortunately I don't have time to sculpt anymore because sculpture is not something you can start and stop. You kind of have to do it before the clay dries. So I picked up painting. I teach myself. YouTube is my teacher. I watch all kinds of videos on online and teach myself how to paint. And I truly believe that there is no such thing as balance, because everybody asks me that all the time. Because to me, balance means somehow you have to be a perfectionist and divide the time you have into equal chunks for your work and your family, and there is no such thing. I believe in something that I call integration, which is your work, your family, yourself, and your community. And for me, the way I recharge my creativity and I'm able to think about the future is by doing things that are non-engineering, like painting and other things. And so I try to blend those things. I also love to cook. Someday I hope to host an event like this at my home that I can cook for you, and that's something that I very much enjoy doing. So it's a great pleasure to be here. From a technology and a future perspective, one of the things I'm really excited about is this next evolution of the internet. As Anne pointed out, I grew up in the mobile, in a company that was creating a mobile technology. When I was at Motorola, we created the cell phone, and when the cell phone was first being built, and I was an engineer working on the technology for it, we envisioned it to be a device that a business person would use, because who else in their right mind would want to carry something that they would call their office for or call anyone for, right? Only a business person would do that. And this year we have about 5 billion users around the world that use this device called the smart device that we all have. And then came the internet, of course, that touched all our lives, and those two are blending now, and we have the mobile internet. And this next evolution, we think, will be all about machine-to-machine communications and sensors and wearable computing. So compute itself will take different forms, and we call that the Internet of Everything. And one of the research that we did at Cisco says that only about 1% of the world is connected today, and 99% of things that could be connected are not yet connected, and they'll come online very soon in the next decade or so. So imagine all the possibilities of what would happen when 99% of the world wakes up. We call that the Internet of Everything, and that's what I'm working on. And in addition to doing some of the other things that I do, I've been in the tech industry 29 years. Actually, my husband this year, we both started in engineering, started our careers together at Motorola. We just celebrated our 29th wedding anniversary 2 days ago. I got married when I was 10 years old. I don't know about that. Child marriage was legal in India back then. So it's a great honor to be in the Valley and continue to move technology forward. I think what we do here in the Valley touches many parts of the world. And as a young girl and a young immigrant that came to the United States with $100 and a one-way ticket, I would never have dreamed to be doing what I do today. And that's what the Valley allows people like girls like me growing up in other parts of the world to have their dreams come true. So it's a great pleasure for me to be here. Thank you.